Back with Believe Basketball today. I'm going to take you through some of the basic reads in pick and roll. All right. So, and I'm gonna give you some of the coverages that you would normally see just on a basic level. All right. Things get more advanced where you start to scheme things out as you get older. At the very basic level, you're gonna have your guy defense is here, so they're on the same team. And I got, big dog here rolling with me. So as the point guard or whoever has the ball in their hands coming off of the ball screen, the biggest thing you have to do is control the action in the situation. And that is a big thing because everything that you do is going to result in something. So if you rush through this, things really don't work too well when you rush through it. You have to be very patient coming off of the ball screen to get the actions you want, all right? Only thing this is gonna do is you're just trying to create an advantage. That's it. In basketball, most times you're really just trying to find some type of way to give your team a slight advantage so we can get an easy bucket. And the pick and roll is one of the best ways to do that. So, as the guy coming down with the ball, right? My guy is gonna be picking me up, all right? Now, the most basic thing for the defense to do, right, is force you into the screen, and the big man is going to hedge and recover. That's like normal, all right? Being a ball handler, I have to be patient. Here are your reads when you have somebody forcing you to the ball screen and you have the big hedging, right? First off, I have to make him respect me as like none of this is going on, all right? I can't let him just force me to the screen.
So you want to take your game to the next level? Join our Believe School. Imagine an online community from the comfort of your own home. We have dribbling, shooting, and defensive drills, weekly workouts, and live calls. Let us help you by giving you the advice you need to take your game to the next level.
So for me, I would always play it more as it's one-on-one until I literally touch the big. So when I get here, yeah, I'm setting it up, and I want to get him first to the level of where my screener is, all right? Get him to that level. Second thing, right? I might not just come off the screen the first time. I want to keep him honest. So I might force him to think he's beating me, and then I want to reject, all right, and play out of that. I want to keep him honest. It's the biggest thing in this, is being patient, right? I might think I'm going here, get out, right? Whatever you feel comfortable doing, rejecting the screen. The reason why you reject is because once he starts to play honest, now at this point, you can start to slow things down and start to control what's going on. Because now, if you just let him push you right into the screen, he knows he has help. This is where all the help is. I got my big here, and I got everybody rotating over depending on what coverage we're going to do on the backside help, right? Once you reject, that's a different level of reaction. Now they have to think about how they're going to get to where you are because it's different in the playbook, right? So now he's honest, so we just rejected the screen. When I get here, I'm down to my level of the screen. And the first thing I'm doing, I'm trying to stay hip to hip, keep him out. He has to be screened by my teammate, all right, my big man. I have to get him screened. Once I get him screened, I'm reading whatever angle this guy is coming out at, right? So once he slides out this way, if I can take any advantage here and split through here to get downhill, at that point, you're playing a numbers game. It's normally going to be you and you got your cutters and they're outnumbered, all right? So as soon as I get here, I'm looking to split. And when you split, you honestly, you gotta throw the ball through this right here. This lane, I'm throwing it through as hard as possible because he's gonna be holding, he's fouling. He's probably gonna be holding your jersey as this is going on, right? And you're curling here to get through here, right? Throw the ball through, get downhill. We're gonna have a floater. If you can get all the way to the rim, you may be able to get a layup. but mostly you're gonna have a floater, and you're gonna be looking for your guys cutting to the rim or kickouts to the shooters, right? Second thing, if he hedges correctly, right, he stays close to the big man here, right, he hedges hard, I'm gonna have to get low, right, and find his outside hip, right? That's what we're attacking. So you're gonna have to get low, get here, and find his outside hip, staying low, right? First thing that's probably gonna happen is either he's gonna bump a little too hard, you might be able to get a foul call, or you have to turn this corner to get around, and then we're trying to get to that same action downhill, right? One of the things that I used to do, that I was taught, was it's kind of like a movement where I'm kind of gonna jump back and then explode out, right? Attacking his hip. So I'll get to the level of the screen, I get here, boom, then I'm attacking, and then I'm playing off of what's going on, all right? So that's read number one. Read number two, coming out of this, right, is I can play with my big man here. So I'm gonna be looking for him on the roll. So what that's gonna look like is, depending on how fast he flashes up, right, I might be able to get a quick pocket pass in there. I might be able to, he might slip, depending on how well you and your big man communicate. If I can get this pass through here while on the slip. A slip is just, he's gonna get here, fake like he's gonna set the screen, and then he's just out, right? Or I'm gonna get here, do my same thing, and as soon as he's rolling, he's making sure that this guard is pinned, and I'm looking here on the roll. Once he does that, right, once he rolls, normally you're gonna have a guy on this corner. When you have a guy in this corner, once he gets downhill here, he has to help. His defense has to help. So he's gonna help here, and you're going to have corner guy open. So you're coming off the screen, boom here, he rolls, and you're gonna have this read here where you throw it over top to the corner for your shooter. Shooter's always in the corner, all right? So those are like some of the basic reads that you can make coming out of a ball screen, and you're just going against the hedge, all right? I got plenty more coming. I don't wanna overload you with ball screen right now. We're gonna do this in parts because there's a lot to do with this, okay? So, it's Believe Basketball. Anything else you need to know, please put it in the comments, right? Subscribe, and just let me know what you need. I'm here to help you get better, all right? And if you think this content is great, I got even better content in our school, right? So look in the link below. It'll guide you right there. You got access to me all day, all right? Believe Basketball, here with Coach G. Peace.